Hello, Apple. Okay, this is the very weird and frustrating issue I am having with Logic. I am currently on the latest version of Logic Pro. I've just upgraded to Sequoia to make sure that I have this. And this is the problem I'm having, specifically with Soundfield recordings, ambisonic recordings made with an ambisonic microphone, which is going into this plugin by Rode, which is the Soundfield plugin. What it is expecting is a Soundfield file, either in A format, which is the individual pickups of the diaphragms, or B format, which is the encoded version to give front, side, up, down, and level. I've tried both, and neither works. So I think, I've tried A format, which is the NTSF1 Rode microphone. I'm using B format, which is completely generic. So the Ambix format, this should work. What I've done, as you'll see here, I've got this test file that I've made, which talks about basically the front, left, right, and rear of the microphone, just to try and get this surround field going. So if I press play,
left of the microphone,
you will hear that's coming out of my quadraphonic system, which has 4 speakers.
front of the microphone, left of the microphone, right of the microphone, behind the microphone.
And as you can also see, while it's talking, I'll turn this down a tiny bit, you can see that it's coming into the Rode plugin correctly, because it's front, left, right, rear. A little bit of spill, but you can get the idea. So that's coming in correctly, and it's being decoded correctly, coming out of the left-right speakers, the center speaker, the LFE low frequency speaker, and the rear speakers. However, these speakers are not mapped correctly. So if I turn it back up a tiny bit, I mean, obviously you can't hear this in surround sound. So I'll tell you what's happening. So if I mute the main left-right, the front ones,
Front of the microphone,
and then you can hear the spill from the other microphones. And because I have only 4 speakers connected, I don't have a center or LFE at the moment, then when I mute this one, it should all completely mute.
rear.
And it does not. The reason for that is that the center microphone,
Left of the microphone,
if we just solo that,
the microphone,
this one, you can hear that if I turn it up a tiny bit.
front of the microphone,
That is going to the left surround speaker, not the center speaker. And you can hear it's having the filtering applied to it that the center speaker should have. If I mute that, and then I'll mute the LFE channel, that, which you probably can't hear very clearly because it's got a massive filter on it, that's what's coming out the right rear speaker, which it should not do. And the rear speakers are not working. So that's the problem. If I stop that, so what you need to do, this does not happen if you create a surround channel from within Logic, but it does happen if you interface with a surround plugin. And apparently the Waves ones also are problematic. I haven't tried them, but I've found a post from another user who's saying the Waves ones don't work either. That was some versions ago. So you need to look at the internal busing of how this is being addressed, because I think that these are going left, right surround, right surround, and these two are going at the center and LFE. These ones are wrong. Center, LFE, left surround, right surround, not correct. And I will just very briefly show you what I'm using for my... So I've got a 4-in 4-out interface, hence my quadraphonic setup at the moment. I do have a bigger interface, but this is the one that's working for the moment, and I thought I'd use for clarity. The US 4x4 That's a 4-in 4-out Tascam interface that I have used many times before and successfully for surround sound things when entirely generated from within Logic. So it's this ambisonic microphone which I've just got and which I'm using this Rode decoder to decode into surround sound that is being problematic. If I go to the I/O assignments, you can see out 1, out 2, out 3, out 4, and those ones are just that what it thinks is the left surround is actually the center. What it thinks is the right surround is actually the LFE. That's not going to happen if you create a surround track within Logic, but it will happen if you try and use this plugin. I hope that's clear. I don't think this is a problem with the Soundfield plugin because that appears to work with Pro Tools and many other software types. And I think it might have been a 10.5 upgrade that broke this in Logic from what I can gather from this other user. I wasn't using it myself at that time. So I hope that makes some sense. You can send me an email to the email address you have already if you want further clarification. But I think just for complete clarity, center, LFE, left surround, right surround are mapped to the wrong places. Okay, so let me know how you get on with that, and hopefully we can find a solution. It should be relatively trivial, I should think. I think it's just a mapping issue out of the surround plugins to the corresponding outputs which are not correctly mapped. Okay, thank you. Hello again, Apple. Just another quick video, which is not Logic. Well, sorry, it is Logic related, but applies, I think, to all surround files as far as I can gather. When I try and import a surround WAV file into Logic, it will not have it. I have to drag and drop it onto the timeline, which is why I have these 4 tracks panned to the 4 quadraphonic polarities. So yeah, this is another associated problem. I got round that and was expecting it to fix things, and it did not, but it has fixed this. You also need to figure out why Logic is not accepting surround format WAV files. Possibly it's connected in some way, I don't know, to how you have mapped the WAV multi-channel WAV files within Logic, but it ain't working, and that was very confusing to start with also, because it just imports as stereo only, not multi-channel as it should. So that's another one to add to the list of weird surround strangeness going on. Okay,